Hey guys, we're back with what's sold on eBay. I'm Cameron. Usually Linda is here with me. She's not here today. She's sleeping, just had a rough day. So I pull all the orders. We're gonna go through them and get them packed up out of here, giving her the day off for sure. If you're new, my wife and I'm Cameron. She's Linda. We sell stuff online on platforms like eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace, Amazon, wherever we can. We try to find those items at garage sales and thrift stores and then sell them online for a profit. Hopefully. The goal is to obviously buy low, sell high, and see if we can make some money to support the family along the way. Anyways, today's is a Monday. We sold, I think, 17 or 18 items for around almost $700 in total sales. So very good day. And then when you see this stuff, for the most part, it's really easy shipping. So I'm super blessed that since she won't be helping me today, it'll be pretty easy to get all these packed up. So let's get into it. We'll go over all these items sold on eBay. I'll do my best to do the prices. Usually she's here and she has her phone to look at the sales number, so I'm kind of going off of memory. So if my number is a little off, bear with me. First item is from the DVD 200 buy, My Mother the Car, the series. I've never heard of this before. This complete set sold for $75 shipped, so that was a good one. We spent $200 on multiple boxes of DVDs. I still haven't processed them all. There was a lot of ones that weren't that great, but there were some great ones. I think we're already over 250 or something in sales so far, and we have much more to go. It'll probably be, I don't know, $700, $800, $900 in total items, maybe $1,000 in sales when it's all said and done. So very happy with that purchase. Maybe even more than that now that I think about it. I've listed quite a bit already, so whatever. It'll be very profitable. There's some that sell for as high as like this, 75 bucks. Then next we ended up selling, I'm trying to remember how they came in, but I'm not sure. I think we sold these Joyce Meyer set here. It's a Joyce Meyer Healing the Soul of a Woman. It's like a little 3-volume set here, and then this one book. This is from a buy we got from one of my main sources. I call it the dead stock buy. Had a bunch of brand new items. They were $1 a piece, so $2 into that, and they sold for $30 shipped, and they will go medium mail, so another good one there. And then I think next we ended up selling, I want to say it was Spyro, Ripto's Rage. PS1 game, pretty fun game, sold for $21. That's from the video game 500 buy. I also think we sold this little guy. I don't even know what this goes to. I forgot. You'll see on the screen, it's this little, we've had this forever. It's a kitchen item. This is a replacement part. It sold for $9. We like to part out kitchen stuff. If you are new, we like to buy like food processors and sell the bowl and stuff separately. You'll see another item here, kind of kitchen-y, that we sold by parting it out. It can be a way to make some extra money on some of those old kitchen appliances. We sold Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game, for PS2. That sold for, I think, $9 shipped, not a whole lot. We sold a little pipe here. I forgot the name on it. Oh, here it is. No. Imported Briar. Maybe that's the type of wood it is. Oh, Duke, Dr. I don't know, something. You'll see on the screen. I got a bunch of these in like a little estate sale box that I had bought. A lot of them sold for anywhere from 10 to 20 bucks. Some of them go for crazy money, but I'm not an expert on these little guys. But this one I think sold for 17. We sold Outrun 2006 Coast. I've never heard of this. It's like a PSP game, just the UMD only. There's no case, no manual. Just this little game here, I think sold for $20-something. So very happy with that. And then let me look. I'm trying to, again, going off of memory here. I think we sold this Spider-Man Separation Anxiety from our video game 500 buy. This is a Super Nintendo cartridge. It does come with a little sleeve. This one sold for $40 shipped. We sold a couple of little plastic things that go to a super shooter. So the little cookie press super shooter made by, who makes it now? Wherever. I think like 7001 is one of the model numbers. On those, you can actually sell them as a whole unit for somewhere between 30 to 40 bucks. Depending on how it is, maybe a little more depending on the time of year, or you can part them out. These ones only sold for about $9, these little pieces, but we sold one piece already for, I think, 17, another one for 15. I think one more sold for somewhere around 14, and then we got this as well. Obviously, these are a little easier to pack if you part them out, and there's still a few pieces left. So definitely a way to make some money on one of those kitchen-y items. We sold, I think this is probably next. This is a set of Chronicles 2020-2021 Panini soccer cards. So it's a bunch of, there's some rookies, a lot of commons in there. There's nothing rare. They were not, they were already open when I got them. I bought a bunch of Pokemon cards, but they had some sports cards as well. I think I spent 150 on the whole deal. It was, I don't even know if it was that great of a deal. We sold these for 15 bucks. These were just something I had in there. Took a best offer of 15 just to get them out of here. Mainly bought them for the Pokemon. Haven't even gone through a lot of them yet. I'll probably just put that aside and do it at some point. I don't know if it was the greatest deal, but we'll see down the road. Maybe we'll see, hopefully, or maybe it'll be an investment into the future. This is a beach tent. It's brand new. It's from a guy who gets Amazon returns. This one is actually brand new in here. It's like a blue sunshade tent, and it's got everything you need, all the instructions. Checked it all out. It's all in here. This sold for $60 ship. Didn't really, it was kind of like a no-name brand or whatever, but they do sell. A bunch of them sell on eBay, 40 to 60 bucks. People are buying them, so was happy about that. It came in a bulk buy from him, so I don't know what I have into it, but it's one of those things where I buy a big bunch of bulk stuff from this guy. He gets Amazon pallets. He also does clean outs, but by buying in bulk, I end up, having to list as much as I can so I can maximize that profit. We sold a couple of books here. This is one that Linda's, I wish she was here to tell you about, but she found this at our local Amazon bin store, or like a pallet store, where you can buy stuff by every day. There's a different price if you've seen those before, like Friday might be $7, $6 Saturday, $5 Sunday, blah, 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 all the way down. Well, we went there on $1 day a couple weeks ago, and she found this book. It's Coaching Psychology Manual, the 2nd edition. And this one actually sold for $45, and it sold within a couple weeks. So pretty good on that. She'll be super happy. I'll tell her after this because she likes when her stuff sells. We also sold a microbiology book. Microbiology with Diseases by Body System. This also came from my source that does gets Amazon returns and does the clean outs. He gets a lot of textbooks because some of his clean outs are on apartments near colleges, and he's responsible for disposing of all the stuff, so he'll try to find some stuff for me. This textbook sold for $60 shipped. Again, pretty easy. It is a little bit bigger than your normal textbook, wider, so it may have to go in like a vinyl box or some kind of cardboard, but we'll get it out of here. Usually with our textbooks, if they're not too heavy, we'll just slide them in a bubble mailer. And then we have, I think it's this one. It's Call of Duty Ghosts. Oh, I did sell a Sirius remote as well. It's $10. I can't find it yet. I haven't looked really too hard because it's already late and I'm tired too. So I'll probably have Linda look for that tomorrow and we'll get it out tomorrow, but I'll put it on the screen. We also did Call of Duty Ghost. I listed this from my phone. I'm a computer lister, guys. I don't list on my phone usually. I like to take pictures with my phone and then use my computer at nighttime to list. I just like the experience on the computer. I can have multiple screens, just different things. But this I listed from my phone tonight. Lynn and I were out, and I went ahead and was in the car listing, and this disc only sold for $16, and it sold within a couple hours. So pretty good. Obviously, I can't complain too much about phone listing because it worked and it got a sale. While I was out there listing that, I also sent some offers out, and here is a bunch like the little cardboard puzzles or whatever. I think they're all like Disney and kind of 90s stuff. Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, 101 Dalmatians, Cinderella, Rescuers, Fern Gully. A bunch of little tray puzzles here. These are not the wooden ones, they're like the more that thicker cardboard kind. These ones were $3 at a garage sale, and I also got a Spider-Man one, which I'm selling separately. These were $3, and these took a best offer. I sent an offer out for $34 shipped, and someone took it. So probably cost us $10 to $12 to ship it, but it'll be an easy pack, and I'm happy with that. Happy to see him go. Hopefully go to a good home. We then sold a service manual. We sold this one yesterday or 2 days ago. It's an RSX 02 to 04. I think this is the last one we have. It sold for $120 shipped, brand new sealed. This is from one of our manual buys that we had, very profitable. One of my friends refers to me as the manual king because I have come into cross so many manuals in my time reselling, just more than most people will probably ever see. Just been blessed with a lot of opportunity there. I'm not trying to boast. It's just been one of the things that I keep coming across, and it's surely blessed the family. So yeah, I love selling manuals. If you've learned anything about me, there is plenty of money in them, whether they're Hanes, whether they're OEM ones like this. Obviously the price range varies, but it's something worth keeping an eye out for to see if you can find some. And lastly, I have to go all the way over here. Our last item is from the DVD 800 buy, another media buy that was $800 for a whole bunch of DVDs. I have these 8 right here. They're all different Doctor Who ones. They're all lotted together. 2 of them are sealed and 6 of them are not. These, oh, sorry, I got the wrong one. Okay, just making sure. I want to make sure to grab the wrong one. These sold for, I think, $40 and some change. Our DVD 800 buy is on a sale now. It's like a 10% off sale. We've had a lot of this stuff. We're just trying to sell off some of what we have. Some of it will still take a while. With media, guys, it's not the fastest selling platform or category. Certain things can sit. Try to price it right and get stuff out of here. So we do run sales on our media periodically just to move stuff that's been sitting. And usually we list it where even if a sale runs, we still have enough room to make some profit. So that's all we got right now. We really appreciate you guys watching, and we'll be back in a second. Hopefully both Linda and I with what sells tomorrow. Well, I'm back.
Me too.
Linda is back, guys. She survived. If you watched the first part, well, you saw the first part of this clip. She wasn't here, but she's back here today. We're going to go over what sold on Tuesday. So do you want to say anything before we go over the numbers?
Thank you guys for thinking of me and your prayers and everything. I really need it because your girl's messed up. Yeah.
Yeah, try living with her, guys. Anyways, let's go over what sold on Tuesday.
So we had 14 sales across 2 platforms for just over $660.
It was, I think, a $700 day or almost yesterday. $660 today. Super blessed. Yesterday was a super easy packing day, and today's not too bad.
Luckily for Cameron, because he had to do it.
Yeah, by myself. So she's like, wait for me, but she fell asleep. So I took care of it. But it's okay. That's how you work as a team. Sometimes you got to pick each other up. Sometimes you're both working at the same speed. It's just the way it works. We'll go over the Poshmark item first.
First up, we had
some of Zane's Legos.
2 of these. One sold on eBay, and now this second one sold on Poshmark. This is a vintage Chase Authentics Jeff Gordon NASCAR Racing DuPont jacket. This is an extra large. It still has a tag on it. We made sure they smell good. They're amazing, clean, ready to go. I'll go and do a lint roller over it again just in case, and it'll go out. And it did sell for $170 plus shipping on Poshmark.
I think the other one sold for $145 free shipping on eBay, but they've been up for a while. They came out of a big buy that we spent $700 on a couple years ago from Storage Unit Guy. We had sold most of it, but there was one tub we moved in the new house that was in the shed still.
Yeah.
And when I first moved in after almost 6 months, I finally moved in 6 months later. Finally pulled it out, listed it, you know, a year and a half ago or whatever, and then they finally sold. So pretty good. Happy to see him get out of here, though. Now we'll go to the eBay items.
First up on eBay, we've got Fight Night Round 3 for Xbox 360, and that sold for $7 and some change.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Next up from our bin store, we've got Dispensations, the clearance Larkin collection, sold for 22.
This was $1 at the. This one was $2 at the bins day we went. I had listed at 28, but sent an offer to watchers for 24. They came back at 20, and we met at 22. I just figured I'm $2 in. I'm not going to sit on this thing forever. Let's just get it out and move it. Try not to keep everything.
Next up, got one order of 2 pieces. This person purchased the Memoirs and Casebook of Sherlock Holmes and the Sherlock Holmes feature film collection. Those are both out of the $800 DVD buy, and that person paid $40 shipped.
Pretty good. Love selling the DVDs out of there.
Next up, we got a Sega Dreamcast. We have 2 of these right now, complete sets. This is the first one to sell. This is the launch edition home console. It is tested, comes with the wires and the controller. Sold for $115 shipped. And this one is the better looking one because it hasn't yellowed. The other one has yellowed. So.
The other one does come with an aftermarket controller, but it does come with the memory card. So the lots are slightly different, but both complete systems.
We've got the Fifth Element, the PSP movie, sold for $10 and some change.
Oddly enough, PSP movie, some of them do sell, guys. So 10, not a whole lot, but $10 on that.
Then we got a 2-pack of vintage Dixion Oreo leadwood pencils. They get 24 of them. Is it 24? No, it's 2 12-packs, right? A dozen pencils.
Yeah, 2 12-packs.
It doesn't say 12-pack. It says 1 dozen pencils.
Actually, no, they bought 2. They bought
2 packs.
They bought 2. They have four of these. 2 sets of 2. And these were $1 less than, I think I paid a couple bucks for, I had like 8 of them. And they sold for 20, Linda's grabbing them, $21. So we should have 2 more left. So don't knock that thing over.
There you go.
She knocked over the filter. She wasn't listening to me. Typical, guys. Anyways, so those were from a big dead stock buy. Got them at an estate sale.
Get another one.
I'll get it.
Oh, wait. Got it.
It's hard for her. She's a little bit shorter. Hard for her to reach.
Got him.
Yeah, she knocked over a filter. Anyways, Yeah, so
$21.
Yeah, not too bad. They probably go over maybe not over a pound, but still pretty easy. One of those things where I just find brand new dead stock stuff, usually grab it. Next
up, we got Empire, the complete third season from our local Angel View, sold for $24 shipped.
This was $5 or $6 actually. Paid up. They charge more for DVD series there, but I told you guys before, TV series that you haven't heard of or ones that are look like they're later in the line, like season 8, 9, 10, whatever it is, or to the end, tend to have a little more value. This was the third season, and for whatever reason, it had more value.
A lot of times the streaming services can't get access to the newer ones yet. And
if they're still being made.
Yeah, if it's still being made, or if it's something that somebody else owns the rights to.
And it's not being streamed.
Yeah, there you go. Or it's not being streamed, or maybe that person doesn't want to pay for that streaming service. We have them all, but I mean.
Anyways, that's out of here for 20-something bucks. Here's another good DVD.
Another one out of the $800 DVD buy. This is Gozu, and sold for $29 shipped.
Super weird.
Next up, we've got a 1998 Play School Teletubby. This is Lala. He is a talking Lala.
He's in the box, but the box looks like a dog got part of it.
Yeah, lots of parts of it. And that,
but not the plush, oddly enough.
And that sold for $45.50 shipped.
I think I'm in this for like $10. I think I paid up for it, but
it's creepy.
At least it's getting out of here.
Then we've got a, this is a brand to check out. This is a Moosey Susan Bristol black sweater from 1988.
No, Moosey, yeah, but it's Susan Bristol is the name.
Moosey is the brand. Susie Bristol is the sweater.
Moosey for Susan Bristol.
Moosey for, okay, so Susan Bristol is the brand. Moosey made a line for Susan Bristol.
So. This is like, we sold a sweater that was a Susan Bristol. If you remember, it was the one with the hot air balloon on it.
Oh, the hot air balloon.
And that sold for like $85 shipped or something like that. And that was the same, it wasn't Moosey, but it was Susan Bristol.
Susan Bristol sweaters are something to look out for.
They have all different kinds. Yeah. Some of them are more generic, but ones that have good themes have sold. This was $2 or $3 at a garage sale, and it sold for?
Sold for $80 shipped.
Yeah. So
and that's an extra small.
Yeah, extra small size. So I had to look it up.
That's crazy for an extra small.
But I saw it, and I was like, oh, Susan Bristol, we just sold one. I'm like, this won't go for as much as the hot air balloon one. Even though, going back, I probably could have priced the hot air balloon even higher and just waited. Eventually, there was no other ones like it. But we took the $85 pretty quick, which was, I paid $5 for it. It was a good deal. This one, since I knew a little about the brand, I listed it high at 100, and there were none that had the sheep on it right now listed, and I got a best offer of 85. So there's definitely a market for those. Just try to remember that Susan Bristol thing. Next
up, we got a Brocksonic DVD player, the little brother of the Panasonic. This is
it's like the first gym leader, Brock, in Pokemon. He's not that great, but he's there.
He's there. So that Brocksonic has no remote, but it's a DVD player, VCR player. Sold for $42 shipped to a repeat buyer who is probably
He's a drop shipper. Yeah, he had no invoice. There's no remote. This is an older listing for sure. That's no remote didn't help this one. We told you guys that before. More just happy to see this one go.
And last but not least, we've got Lectures in Systematic Theology, sold for $13 shipped.
No idea where I got it, but probably a buck or so in, and it sold for $12. We'll be back in a second with what sells tomorrow, Wednesday. See you guys.
And we're back.
With what sold on Wednesday. Let's see how we did.
We had 14 sales on eBay, our main platform, for $4.90.
Another good solid day. No complaints here. Let's get into it. First item
we've got is a magazine. This is a Guitar World August 2014 Metallica edition. Sold for $14 shipped.
Not a whole lot, but it's out of here.
Then we've got
Old?
This is the CD. This is Goodbye by Cream. Sold for $16.09.
Brand new seal.
Then we've got a men's Echo Unlimited short sleeve shirt with the rhino graphic on it. Sold for $23 shipped. We picked that up at our local thrift store.
I think it's brand new. Yes.
Yeah, it's got a tag.
This was $5. So I was like, $5. Grab it.
Then we got a pair of new tags Levi's signatures. These are a size 12 Mrs. jeans. Sold for $26 shipped.
These are the ones you got from, what's her name from church?
Oh, did we?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Those are from her.
Then we've got a book from R&R. This is Therapeutic Exercise for Musculoskeletal Injuries. Sold for $80 shipped.
Right up your sister's alley.
I know, right? Well, a lot of these ones you've had are
because
like...
there are a bunch of like physical therapy and different types of books, kinesiology.
Then we've got a Shark Navigator lift-away vacuum head. It obviously sold before because it's still wrapped.
It was returned. The person bought the wrong one. They didn't need a lift-away one, but for some reason they bought the lift-away one, which it clearly says in the listing. So they returned it. That's the bummer with free returns. We ate a little bit on that one, but it sold again for
$66 shipped.
Same price. So we'll probably make most of our money back that we lost in the shipping, but we won't really profit a ton. But at least we're making our money back and it gets out of here.
Then now $700 manual buy. We have an 0708 Honda Element ETM, sold for $38 and some change.
Nicely done.
Next up, we've got season 1 and 2 of Penny Dreadful, sold for $10.50 shipped.
I think these were $1 a piece at a garage sale that I bought a bunch of media at, and these ones didn't do so hot, but I had never heard of them before, so it kind of caught my eye. I didn't scan everything, so at least they're moving out.
Then out of our old chest stuff, we've got the House of Stanton, a winning white repertoire.
Yes, everyone knows about
the repertoire.
Have you ever looked at chess moves? It's like reading its own language.
Yeah.
It's like coding. But anyways, this is from the chess buy. We did very well on that buy. We have a few chess books left, but this one sold.
I sold some on Amazon. You sold some. It was great.
I sold some individually. I sold some in lots. You sold on Amazon. I spent $60. This one, Facebook Marketplace, quite a few years ago, was really just kind of
actually buy stuff
when it was just kind of starting and people were posting and not as many buying.
Yeah.
And I would just find deals on there all the time. I was always stopping after work or on a weekend.
Constantly.
Or hey, can we go out tonight after work and go get this? Because I was finding stuff on Facebook and OfferUp nonstop. I mean, like there was no competition. So I bought a bunch of chess books, 10 boxes or 6 boxes for $60. So $10 a box, full of each of them full of books, and we made a ton of money. So yeah.
That sold for $11 and some change. Next up, from R&R, we've been picking up these 4K Wi-Fi action sport cameras, and those sold for, this one sold for $23 and some change.
This is our 4th one to sell, I think, maybe 5th. I don't have any more, I don't think, so that's it. But they all sold for around that 20-25 mark.
Then we got a Real Tape Evenings at the Symphony track, sold as is for $13 shipped.
We have a bunch of these. Sometimes you find a really good one. If you can find like a rock and roll one of these reel-to-reels, big money. But some of the generic ones just sell every once in a while.
Next up, we got the Microsoft Xbox 360 Elite Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Edition, 250 gigs. Comes with the power cables ready to go, and that sold for $90 shipped.
That also came from R&R in the big buy we had from them recently. So tested it out and it does work. Next.
Then we got a pair of SAS brand Free Time Tripod orthopedic or diabetic comfort shoes. Yeah. Sold for $24.50 shipped.
These were $2. They took forever to sell. SAS or SAS, they do sell. Women's usually sell a little bit less frequently, in my opinion, especially like a style like this. Usually you want bigger sizes or some of the more designer stylized shoes, but not a brand I pick up all the time, but there is some money there.
Next up, we got this Olfa rotary fabric cutter and mat cutting base, and that set from our local Salvation Army sold for $31 and some change.
This is a set that we spent like $3.99 for this whole set, but it also came with that one little stencil thing that I sold for like $50 in a day. And then there may have been something else in there too that I sold, but yeah, I got all this stuff for like $4, and then this sold for $31. It may still go first class. I mean, it's really not that heavy.
Last but not least, we've got Jose Manuel Figueroa. It's Spanish. Figueroa. Not Figueroa. And that sold for $27 shipped from one of our local thrift stores.
I've never heard of this person, but sometimes...
This jacket's amazing.
Sometimes when I find... Because she likes snakeskin. Sometimes when I find Spanish artists or Latin American artists who have CDs, sometimes they're not as common that on eBay or whatever. So this is one of those ones. I scanned it real quick and I saw there was some not much listed and some good comps, and it sold. So $2 in, easy money there. That's all we got. We'll be back in a second with what sells on Thursday. I made it first. We're here. We're back with Wednesday sales. How did we do?
We had 17 sales across one platform, our main platform, eBay, for just over $530.
Great day on eBay. Good mix of stuff here. So Linda noticed a little trend. Some people were looking for a certain item, so that worked out. We're glad to see some older items get out of here. But let's get into the first item.
First up, Cameron picked up that PS Vita with the games, and this is one of the game's cases.
Yes, just the
This
case.
is Mod Nation Racers, sold for $9 shipped.
We like to sell video game cases, guys. We've made a lot of money over the years just on empty cases. Obviously, it's better to have the game, but if you get a decent or harder to find game, the case sometimes has some value.
Next up, we got a Sirius XM home antenna, sold for $13.50 shipped.
We sell these all the time, first class shippers.
Then we got a repeat buyer, purchased this Super Mario Galaxy for Nintendo Wii, sold for $18 shipped. Then next up we've got from our one of our local thrift stores. This is Wild Thing, I Think I Love You, the singing gorilla from Valentine's Day.
He's
He's
from,
just-
I don't know if I found the year. I don't see it.
So yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't think that belongs in there. No, it doesn't.
So this singing gorilla did sell for 38 and some change.
I think he was like $6. He's brand new in here, but he does work. So
Next up, we've got an Omron fat loss monitor digital display, and that was from Salvation Army Online Auctions and sold for $80 shipped.
I paid $20. It was like 10 plus 10 shipping or 11 plus 10 shipping, something like that. So good deal on this. There was one other bidder, but they stopped off at $11. So I grabbed it. I don't go on the online auction site that much. Every once in a while I'll check it, and sometimes you find little deals. So pretty good. That's sold in a day.
Next up, from an original Nike buy, not the one we purchased recently, a different one.
This is during COVID. We bought all this.
We have this 4 set of glasses. This is Taste Setter Barware by Sigma. These are 4 glasses. There are double old-fashioned glasses.
I'm going to try to get them so you guys can see them, hopefully. Okay. So 4 glasses in there. I think these are probably new open box, but
The box is cool.
the official preppy is what it says. The official preppy brand. So I don't know. But these were in a big bulk buy from Storage Unit Guy. If you've been following us a long time, we know we used to buy from him a lot. And these sold after a couple years for
58.5 shipped.
but we'll take it. Very happy with that. Box is a little beat up, but we'll get those out of here.
Next up, we've got a CD. This is Ziggin's Greatestzits, sold for 11 and some change.
Weird title. Weird title.
Then from R&R, another one of our kinesiology books. This is Essentials of Strength Training and Conditioning, sold for $80 shipped.
We only got like one other book left of that. We've sold through all those training books.
Really fast, too.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got an Everbuilt Ice Maker supply line, 10 feet, sold for 10.5 shipped.
This was like $1. This was not that great of a deal. It's probably we'll probably lose money on that one.
Great.
Wouldn't do it again.
Then from Savers, we've got Lunar De La Familia, sold for 13.5 shipped.
Yep. No idea what that's about.
Next up, we've got Basic for Home Computers, the self-teaching guide, sold for almost $14 shipped.
We love selling media, guys. It's not as exciting, but it is easy.
Then the $200 DVD buy, we've got She, sold for $12 shipped.
$12, easy. What do we got next?
Next up, out of our vintage perfume minis, we've got Lagerfeld's Chloe, sold for $24 shipped.
Very nice, very nice.
Zipper cap. Then here's our second set. This is somebody, for some reason, people wanted glasses today, which sucks for me, but that's okay. So these are 11 vintage Spode Christmas tree double old-fashioned glasses.
There should be 12, but we're missing one.
Yeah. So they all have the cute Christmas tree design on them. They are gold rimmed, and those sold for $80.5 shipped, and they are going global shipping program.
These are actually from a thrift store there. I think I'm in them for $5 a box. So, but they've been up for a while. Happy to see those ones go.
Then we've got the Worlds of Wonder Talking Mother Goose. This is the Rumple stiltskin tape.
I can get it out of here. Here we are.
And that sold for $19 shipped.
Yeah, the Mother Goose was like $5 and she didn't work, so I parted her out. I got this little tape, and then I got her little cassette thing and her little glasses in here. So I'll actually make more money doing it that way because she was pretty large than selling it the other way.
Then we've got a lot of 7 McDonald's Lego Bionicle figures sold for $13 shipped.
$13.
And last but not least, we got the $10 CD buy, or one of them. We've got Frankie Yankovic, the Polka King, sold for $10 shipped.
That's it, guys. Nothing really crazy. I mean, the two different kinds of glassware is cool. Obviously, look out for these Omron, or there's another brand too that makes these little fat weight loss scanner things or whatever, meters.
New year, new you. Perfect time to sell.
So those things are always good. Some textbooks can be good, like these ones we've been selling, the kinesiology, but not all of them, guys. Usually, depending on how new they are or what edition they are versus what the newest one is, will play a lot in that. So that's all we got. We appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you guys in a second with what sells on Thursday.
No, that's it.
That's it. This is Thursday. We will see you guys in the next video. So thank you so much. Did we sell something last night? Oh, we did.
Yes.
Pac-Man for Sega Game Gear sold in the box. The box was a little rough. That sold for $40 shipped, I remember.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys in the next video with what sells this weekend. Take care.